What up, guys? Listen, today I'm back with another video, but we are going to talk about vehicles, okay? Now listen, it is tax season, and a lot of people are kind of debating whether they want to finance or lease a vehicle, right? So we're going to talk about some of the differences when it comes to financing versus leasing, and how, what's the best option you should choose for your particular circumstances, right? And what are some of the main key differences between leasing a vehicle and financing a vehicle, right? So we always want to start with the terms. What does this mean, right? Financing a vehicle, right, is essentially, guys, when you are buying a vehicle at the end of the term. Now, depending on what type of car loan you may have, that may depend. So say you have a vehicle, guys, and you're going to have a 5-year term. At the end of that term, the vehicle is yours, right? You do not have to give the vehicle back to the dealership. You do not have to pay any additional fees. Once everything is paid, the title is yours and the vehicle is officially in your name, right? And you are financing that vehicle over time, making payments each month. Now, when you are leasing a car, you are also making monthly payments to essentially rent the vehicle, right? To borrow the vehicle. At the end of your leasing term, whether that's a year, 2 years, 3 years, you are required to return that vehicle unless you're making a choice that now you want to buy it, right? Which is a whole nother conversation when it comes to whether you want to buy the vehicle after you lease it. Okay, so now financing the car eventually becomes yours after you make all of your payments. Leasing, guys, is when you have to return the vehicle. You're making monthly payments, and it's a temporary thing, right? Now, first, we're going to go into this leasing side, guys. I want to go right into some of the benefits, some of the differences when it comes to leasing a vehicle. Typically, when you are leasing a vehicle, it is covered by what you would call a guaranteed warranty, right? You ever get those calls from companies and they say your guaranteed warranty is about to expire? Well, typically, when you are leasing a vehicle, you are covered by a warranty, which is great news for you because a lot of times certain things that may happen with the vehicle is not necessarily your responsibility to have to pay, right? Now, one of the second things I want to say is that you can essentially, guys, drive a car that you otherwise may not be able to afford if you are financing it, right? So say you decide to lease a luxury car like a BMW or a Benz. Um, you may lease that car for 6 months. You may lease that car for a year, opposed to you was paying for that $50,000 car over time. Maybe what if your income changed and you could not afford that payment any longer? So leasing, because it's more of a temporary thing, actually gives you the option to be able to kind of afford a car that you necessarily may not be able to if you were financing it. Also, your leasing note may be a lower amount than if you were actually financing that vehicle, right? Now, there's also really great tax advantages for business owners when it comes to leasing vehicles, okay? You can always there's a lot of things you can write off of your taxes, but using vehicles and using those type of services that actually really have to do with your business is a great write-off for business owners, right? Now, when we go to the owner side, when we get over here to the owner side, guys, it may sound obvious, but one of the main benefits of financing a vehicle is the vehicle is yours. The vehicle is yours. Now, this is what's super important about understanding that the vehicle is yours, right? Okay, say you get a new car. We're in 2022. You're going to finance this 2022 BMW, right? Or Kia, or whatever. But now, a few years later, you decide, maybe even a few months later, you decide you don't want to have this vehicle anymore, right? Because you're financing a vehicle, you can sell the vehicle at any time, but you want to be clear that this is the type of car that you can see yourself really being in for a while. Because honestly, there's no point in buying a vehicle if you want to trade it in about 6 months later, right? You want to enjoy it, you want to pay it down, You want to pay it completely off. And then you kind of want to make your choice on if you want to sell it, if you want to upgrade, if you want to get something bigger, whatever the case may be. But one of the benefits is that you can sell it at any time and the vehicle is officially yours, right? Now, opposed to leasing where mileage really counts, when you own the vehicle, you can put as many miles on it as you want. Right? You can put as many miles on it as you want. And the thing about it, guys, just like we're purchasing a home, the maintenance on the vehicle when you own it is gonna be more than when you're leasing it. However, it really just depends on your contract. It really just depends on your agreement, right? So make sure you're paying attention to both. If you have a leasing agreement or a financing agreement, still look at the terms, still look at the fees, still look at how much you got to put down, still look at some of that fine print because a lot of times people actually don't necessarily get the great car experience that they want, and then they decide, hey, I don't never want to get a vehicle again, right? And you don't want that to be you. So the biggest thing that I want you guys to really pay attention to when it comes to owning versus leasing is your personal circumstance. Are you looking to just lease something because you want to have fun with it? Maybe you need something for a trip. Maybe you need something for a vacation. Maybe you just want to kind of switch up your vehicle for a while. Are you owning something? You're looking for something more reliable. Maybe you're looking for a family car. You need something bigger. Really focus in and narrow in on why you want to get a vehicle, what makes more sense financially, how much you can afford. Always pay attention to that monthly payment because that monthly payment being defaulted on is what gets us the repos, right? So pay attention to your individual situation. Think carefully when it comes to leasing, or you may even consider leasing a vehicle before you own it just because you want to kind of get a feel for it to see if it's actually the vehicle you want. Okay, so I want you guys to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what type of videos you guys want to see from me. I just came from the gym. I wanted to give you guys a quick video, and I'm going to see y'all on the other side. Peace.